Welcome back to the mat, my beautiful Uber Fit fam. You are here for another full body Pilates session, and I'm going to make sure that you get a workout all the way from the crown of your head to the tip of your toes. So for today's workout, you will not only just need your mat, but you will need a towel and maybe a chair or bench, just something to pop your feet on, because we will be doing some elevated leg work a little bit later in the series. But for now, we're going to warm up through the upper part of our body and then our core, and then going to roll over into a nice little 4-point kneel. It's going to start off feeling a little bit yoga, but it's not. Don't worry, enjoy this while we have it, because it does get nice and spicy towards the end. So let's just start by dipping the belly down, inhaling, taking the gaze forward, and just imagine that you're pulling your hands down towards your knees to really open up through your collarbones. Let's reverse that by tucking your tail under and pressing your hands really strong into the mat. Dome through the upper spine and pull the belly button in. Good, let's go again. The belly drops down, your chest comes forward, your gaze and neck goes forward as well. And then you reverse it all, one vertebrae at a time as you press through the mat, big stretch through the upper body. We're going to do one more of those just to warm right up through the spine. That's it. And then tucking the tailbone under, nice little roll. And then making your way all the way back down into your nice little 4-point kneel. We're going to move into warming up through the shoulders and the core with a forearm plank. So take your forearms down towards the ground and then just walk your knees back. And I want you to tuck your toes. So this is your level 1 option. And if you're staying here, please feel free to just make sure that you tuck the tailbone in and under, and that your hands are interlaced and your eyes are down towards the mat to keep the neck nice and long. We're just going to start by lifting and lowering the knees. So just a little tuck of the toes. We just lift the knees just for a second and then lower them back down. This is your level 1 option. So you're going to stay here for roughly about 30 seconds. Now, if you want to progress just a little bit more, I do invite you to lift and hover your knees up and hold. Press those forearms firmly into your mat and just walk your feet towards your face for a nice little dolphin pose. Nice. Hold here for just a second. Press your hands right hard into that mat as you take your chest towards the thighs. And then slowly walk your feet all the way back out, down into your plank. Good. Keep bracing that core, a little squeeze in the bum. Let's go for another time. Walk those feet all the way in towards your face. And then your gaze goes towards your feet as well. So as you walk your feet down, your gaze follows through and ends up being level at your hands. Let's do that one more time. Walk those feet all the way in. Little hold at the top here. And if you've taken the level 1 option, I just want you to hold in your plank for as long as you can. Just slowly just push your chest towards your thighs and a nice little opening through the shoulders. A good little stretch and burn through the core. You're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Really nice. Let's walk those feet all the way back down. Now, if you have your plank, you can drop down to your knees. We're going to take our arms nice and wide for a good old set of push-ups. Take your hands a little bit wider than the mat. Tuck your knees, tuck your tailbone under, keep your knees connected. We're just going to lower our chest down towards the ground and then push all the way back up. You should be getting nice and familiar with these moves. We've been doing them for just over 2 weeks. Good. And keep it going. You have about another 15 to 20 seconds here. And then we're going to move back into our little plank to pike situation. That's it. Taking the chest down, you'll notice that my belly stays lifted, really strong. And if you want to go extra hardcore, for the last few, maybe you want to go full push-up, okay? Just making sure that you're squeezing everything so that you don't lag in your lower spine. 3, 2, 1, come all the way up. Let's come back down to our forearm plank. So press those forearms into the ground. Now you've either got your level 1 option, which is knees lifted or lowered. That's it. You just keep lifting and lowering the legs. Or maybe you go level 2. Let's lift the knees up and walk the feet all the way towards the face. Gaze goes towards the feet. Hike up as high as you can. Really stretch and open up that upper body. And then walk the feet all the way down. Good. We're going to do 2 more of those. And we're going to find another set of push-ups. Then we're going to be feeling nice and warm in that upper body. Really good. Walk the feet all the way down. Find your pike position. Your shoulders should be really starting to warm up as well as the core. That's it. Fold like a little hairpin if you can. Press your chest back, then walk all the way down. 3, 2, 1. Let's drop the knees down, really good. Take your hands as wide as the mat for your second set of push-ups. So we want to shift so that our shoulders are in line, but not over the top of our hands because our hands are wider. And then we're going to brace through our core, squeeze the belly, squeeze the bum, and then just lower the chest down towards the ground. About 25 to 35 seconds here. Now you can go as fast or as slow as you like, taking little breathers wherever you need to. But we just keep pushing down. The first thing to hit the floor will be our chest. You want to keep your neck really long as you do this. And don't forget to breathe. It's okay to breathe. You're almost finished. We just have a few more. You've got 3, 2, 1. Press all the way back up. Have a little stretch. Take a nice little child's pose. We should be feeling nice and warm. All right, let's lower all the way down towards our bellies. We're just going to do a nice little bit of swimming and back work. So we're going to do about 30 seconds of swimming. Make sure that you have enough room to outstretch your arms really long and forward and your feet. You're going to keep your gaze down towards the mat. And we're just going to lift our neck, head, chest up. Then bring our arms up, maybe biceps beside the ears. And we're just going to kick our arms and legs. Now I know that you might feel or look a little bit crazy, but that's okay. We want to work those back muscles as well as the arms. A little bit of toning and keep those legs nice and strong. We've got 30 seconds here. That's it. Now if you're feeling any pressure in the lower back, I want you to keep those legs down and just move the arms. Just working through that back body. Good. You've got about 20 seconds to go. So maybe you start kicking a little harder, a little faster. Really make this exercise work for you. Good job. That's it. Keep going. Almost there. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower all the way down. Just rest your head for just a second. Let's keep our legs and feet connected to the ground now. We're just going to keep our arms outstretched. Now I want you to imagine that you're doing like a lat pull down. So what we're going to do is our arms stretched out in front, gaze is long down towards the mat. Then we're going to pull our arms down, bend the elbows and lift the neck, head, chest. Little squeeze between the shoulder blades. Lower down, arms outstretched. Come all the way up, all the way down. So you want to imagine that you're pulling something from over your head and then finding a nice little squeeze between the shoulder blades as you take the hands down towards shoulder height. So big squeeze up, nice, and then lower all the way down. Legs are heavy, they stay connected towards the ground. You're here for about 3 to 4 more reps, and we're going to go back into our nice little swimming. The back should be feeling nice and awake, very open. We've got 3, 2, 1. One more, squeeze all the way up. Hold it, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take a little breather. Starting to feel a lot happening in the back body, which is a good thing. We want to tone all of that up as well as our arms. So when you're ready, outstretch those arms and legs. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going for 40 seconds this time. So really try and make this movement quite large if you can. The longer and stronger you kick your arms, the more you're going to get out of this exercise. So don't just sort of flap and flail around. We really want to make sure that it's actually doing something. We're coming close to that halfway mark. That's it. Maybe you can lift a little higher, a little longer, a little stronger. Beautiful job. Keep going, 10 seconds, that's it. Kick higher, kick faster. You got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, lower down. Ooh, starting to feel something happening in the back. Let's go straight into our little imaginary lat pull downs. Now these are deceiving. I feel like they really quite get a really good pinch between the shoulder blades in a good way. If you're not feeling this, please let me know in the chat because I can always come up with an alternative for you. All right, let's do this. So the arms are outstretched nice and long. We're going to lift all the way up, squeeze those arms down by the side, body, and then reach all the way out. Good. Imagine that you're pulling something back that's super, super heavy. And you want to try and maybe get a little bit more height out of that spine. The spine does like to bend and twist, and this is sort of the opposite direction that it normally goes in, because normally we're forward facing, we're either driving, we're texting, we're watching sitting on computers. So it's a really nice exercise to strengthen those postural muscles. Big lift up, beautiful work. We're going to go for another 10 more seconds, then we're going to hold up. 3, 2, 1. Let's hold up on this next rep. Good. Keep that neck nice and long. Lift up a little higher if you can. Squeeze a little more. Good. Breathe through it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower down. Whew. All right. Let's come back out. Have a little stretch out, a little child's pose if you need to take one. We're just going to stabilize through those shoulders just a little bit more before we move into the core. So take those hands underneath your shoulders. Now your option 1 is to just bring knee to opposite elbow. That's it, and alternate each time. That could be enough for you. Otherwise, we're going to press all the way up into our high plank position. We're going to do a nice little set of slow mountain climbers. It's going to be here for about 30 to 45 seconds. So just lifting one leg up and then bring it in across the body and then sending it all the way back, swapping over sides. Good, it's a nice slow move here, like you're moving through quicksand, because we want to build some tension in the upper body. So we're doing this really slow, and that will also engage the lower part of your abs as we do this. So there's a tiny little twist of the hips as you bring the knee to elbow, but it's not a race, okay? Time under tension. That's it. Really good job. Just keep it going. If at any time you know you need a little breather, you can drop the knees down and just bring one knee towards the elbow. That's it. Let's go for another 10 seconds. We're going to hold up in our high plank. Do some nice little shoulder taps. 3, 2, 1. Hold it here. Knees can be lowered if you need to, otherwise just take one hand to shoulder. That's it. Really, really strong. Nice little set of arm work here. We're going to progress a little bit into abs really shortly. You've got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Let's take both of the knees down. We're going to take one hand to the center underneath your face. Then we're just going to come into a nice little supported side angle. So we're still using the upper body here. I just want you to take the other hand to temple, and then you're just going to roll all the way down, touch, and then squeeze all the way up. Okay, this is your level 1 option. We're starting to work the side obliques here, as well as really stabilizing through the shoulder. Really important that shoulder stays over wrist, and that you keep this leg down as support if you need it. If you want to go next level, you're just going to lift up underneath, the leg underneath, that's it. And we're just going to fold the elbows down together and then open all the way up. Nice, strong core. And this is quite heavy in the shoulders. So if this doesn't feel good for you, or your shoulders still need to build a little bit more strength, please, please, please take the supported option. That's it. Really nice work. Maybe those elbows come to touch. We're here for about 5 more seconds. Clearly finding this quite hard because my voice is going nice and shaky. 3, 2, and 1. Let's bring it all the way down. We're going to change sides. So taking the opposite hand underneath the face, making sure that shoulder is in line with the wrist, and remembering that that bottom leg can come down to support if you need. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Let's do the other side. Elbow meets, and then we open all the way back up. Good. Your obliques are really starting to switch on to help keep us nice and stable, but the most important thing is making sure that that shoulder stays in a good position. Good. We have about 5 more reps. Really working through the side body, then we're going to go through this whole block of work again. Good. 2 more. Lift and hold. Pull that side waist up. 3, 2, 1. Come all the way down. Let's find our little slow mountain climber. So, shoulders over wrists, strong through the bottom half of the body, knee to elbow. That's it. Now, if your wrists are feeling a little bit sore at this point, know that you can come down onto forearms if you need to. Otherwise, we work into it. That's That's it, nice and slow. Twist, twist. Exhaling as you twist, and inhale as you return that leg. 10 more seconds. Those shoulders are really starting to work now. 3, 2, 1. Shoulder taps. Remembering your option to drop the knees if you need a little bit more support. There's always an option. We're going to stretch the wrists out after this. Let's go. Really making it work. Turn your core on. Think mind to muscle connection. We're going to get through this. It's just a few more seconds. Then we're going to go into a nice side plank position and work the obliques. That's it. 3, 2, 1. Place that arm down. Turn your hips to the side. Supported or full version. Let's go elbow to elbow. Good. There's a little bit of a rotation with the hips here. Just find a nice little strength and squeeze through that side body as you do this. This is the last time through. Hopefully your arms are doing what mine are doing, which is going for a good shake. 3, 2, 1. Let's change over other side. Ooh. Don't know what I was thinking when I came up with this move, but it's a lot. That's it. Let's just work through it, guys. This is the last of the arm work. They will support us through one of the other moves, but this is the last of the heavy lifting. 3, 2, and 1. Rolling all the way down. Just bring those knees back down. Let's just give those wrists a nice little roll out. Feels nice to turn them the opposite direction. That actually does help build a little bit of wrist strength. But please know at any time, you do know you better than I do. You can always come to your forearms for a lot of those exercises if you need. All right, let's get into the good bit, the leg bit. We've done a little bit of upper body, a little bit of core. We're going to move into legs and then finish off with a really good set of sit-ups. So coming all the way down, this is where you'll leave your chair or your bench, just so that we can do a little bit of elevated leg work. We're just over halfway through. So let's just start. We haven't done any leg work yet, so we want to just warm right up through the legs. So you take the arches of your feet just onto your chair or bench, whatever it is that you're using, and then we're just going to go for a nice little easy glute bridge, just rolling all the way up and all the way down. Beautiful little articulation through the spine, just peeling one vertebrae off at a time and then lowering back down with ease and grace. Making sure that we're not rushing any part of the movement, and then we're finding a little bit of tension in our bum, in our glutes, just as we roll all the way up and all the way down. Now we're going to spend a few more moments doing this just to make sure that those legs start firing up, and then we're going to leave and do a nice little hold all the way up. So if your hands are pressed into the mat, feel free to leave them there, but if you also want a little bit more, you can take them all the way up, offering yourself a little bit more instability through the core, or maybe even interlacing them behind your head, as long as you're not tucking your chin down too close to your chest. Let's squeeze and hold all the way up on the next one. Good, now I just want you to lift one leg up. Good. We're going to lower it down towards the bench, then bring it up, and then go for a single leg. Squeeze it all the way up, lower down, return. Let's lower to the ground, lower to the couch. So the leg stays nice and long and strong. There's a two-part movement. Drive all the way up to the sky, then lower it down towards the bench, return and lower. Good job. So this is just a nice little warm up for those little legs. Just feeling the heat here and starting to activate through that lower part of the body. Let's hold it up on the next one, and let's just go with the leg lift and lowers. So lift and lower the leg. Supporting leg is doing a really, really strong job. Can you lift your hips a little bit higher here? Just check in with what's happening to your body. And the straight leg, really make sure it's strong. Make sure that it's doing just as much work. Find a little bit more height if you can. You're here for 5. We're going to hold for a little set of pulses in 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold that leg up straight and strong. Let's pulse it. Good. Drive those hips up and down. Just for 10 more. That's it. Halfway there. 3, 2. I want you to hold it up. Hold it up. You can do this. 1. Let's change legs. Ooh, that's going to feel really nice. It's like a little bit of a flush happening out of that first supporting leg. All right, let's lower that leg down. Lift it all the way back up. Drop the hips down towards the ground. Reach them back up towards the sky. That's it. Sporting leg kicked in on the other side very quickly that time. I am already feeling it. This feels more like hard work than a leg warm up, but that's okay, because we came for the good stuff. Good job, everybody. Really make sure that you are really pressing through your supporting leg, making sure that you're offering yourself as much stability as you can without putting too much pressure on that lower back. Follow that leg all the way down. A few more reps here. Can you go a little higher? Can you push through this a little bit more? Closing in on the end, making sure that it's nice and controlled, using your breath. Really good. Inhaling as you take the leg down. Exhaling as you bring it up. Inhale. Exhale to lift. Inhale to lower. Exhale to return. Good. On this next one, let's do one more lower towards the bench. Lift it up. Let's just pulse it up. And let's just go with the lift and lower. That's where I'm going. I was like, one thing feels like I'm missing one thing. Lift and lower. Good. Use those hands, press them into the mat if you need a little bit more height or a little bit more support. But coming to the close, you just have your holds and your pulses. Let's do one more lift and lower. Return that leg straight, strong, tall. Pulse it up and down. You got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower all the way down. Turn both feet to the bench. A little windscreen wiper of the legs. Hopefully they're feeling alive. All right. Let's spin it all the way back around. We are now going to come back into that supported side angle position. So this will make sense. You do need to pay a little bit of attention though, because we're going to do 2 moves in one. All right. So we're going to come into that supported position. So just leaning down your wrist. If that really is not feeling good for you, you can come down, lie fully on your side and onto your forearm. It just makes the transition a little bit trickier, but nothing you can't handle. All right, so coming into your supported position, you're either in low or high. Let's just take this top leg up and down and just go for a nice little side lift and lower. Good. Now there isn't a huge amount of pressure on this wrist. You could even come onto your fingertips if you needed. You just need to work through your side body as you do this. So lifting and lowering that leg. Supporting leg is doing a really good job as well. But a lot of this action is happening in this top leg. Find a squeeze, a crunch, a tightness in the glute as you lift to your top range here. Press those hips forward and make sure that one hip isn't rolling forward. We want a nice open position. And that goes all the way through to the upper part of your body as well. Let's take it to the top and hold. Really nice. Now we're going to sweep the leg forward and then sweep it back. High supporting leg. It's going to happen. Now you want to try and keep your foot up at hip height if you can. That's it. Bit going on here, isn't there? That's it. Pull the belly button in. Stay strong through that core. I'm getting so much happening in that leg that's down on the ground. That's all right. Shifting mindset. Thinking about how good my legs are going to feel post this workout. We're going to bring it all the way forward. 3, 2, 1. You're actually going to step this foot forward so that you're in a lunge position. So if you're lying down with your forearm on the ground, just shift and shuffle so that you end up in this low lunge position. Then we're going to tuck the back toes, come all the way up, going to come into a nice little lunge series. So we're lunging straight up and straight down. Both legs are working here. That's it. Good little set of work. Nice little burner. I'm glad I've remembered to turn the heater off because I'm getting hot and sweaty. Good work. 3, 2, 1. We're going to hold it down. We're going to pulse. Good. Get your balance. Try and make sure that you keep those hips nice and square. I want you to get lower again. Let's do it. You can do it. Really tell this quad to turn on. This glute turning on. You got 5, 4, 3. You probably guessed it. Going for a second set of lunges. 2 and 1. Lunge all the way down. Drive all the way up. Surprise. That's it. It's a short set. You've got this. So just think. Really strong through this midline and pushing your tailbone forward so that you're not arching through your lower back. We don't want to compress through our lower back at any point through the workout. That's it. Almost there. You just got 3, 2, 1. I want you to lower all the way down. Really nice. We're going to come back into that same work that we just did. So that side position. So take your supporting leg out to the side. Come down onto your forearm if you need. Otherwise, shift and make sure that that shoulder is over your wrist. And then we go for the leg lift and lowers. Feels a little bit different second time around. Let's point that toe. Keep those hips stacked over the top of each other. And just really breathe through it. That side waist is up and on, okay? Up and on. Think open. Really nice. We're going to hold up in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it up. Let's sweep it forward. Try and keep that leg at hip height and squeeze it all the way back. This one really gets in there. It feels good, but it's really biting me right where it should. Hopefully it is for you too. Don't collapse through the side. That's it. Keep long through the torso and open through those collarbones. Maybe you could even take this arm up if you wanted to. That's just going to offer a whole lot of something else in that support leg. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to change over legs. Goodness gracious. All right. Let's just swap over other side. So find your nice little supported side angle position. This leg has a really, really big chunk to do because it not only has to offer support, it's already done a lot of work. All right, let's lift and lower. Oh, I just have to shuffle down a little bit. Oh, there we go. Let's lift and lower. Ooh. I think this leg got the raw end of the deal, I'm telling you that. Oh. That's all right, shifting mindset, making it happen. Pulling that belly button in, that side waist is lifted. Now remember, if you need to, your option is this, but you're lifting and lowering, okay? A little bit less on the wrists, on the side, and it really does take this other supporting leg glute out. So there's always an option, you don't need to stop. All right, keep it going, whichever option you've chosen. Lifting, lowering. We're gonna do a nice little forward and back sweeps. 3, 2, 1. Keep it up, hold it up. Let's sweep the leg forward and then kick it back. Good, forward, kick it back, working through your range. That's it, trying to keep that foot at hip height. Don't drag it down towards the ground. Lift it up nice and high, make it happen. 10 more seconds. So it's just a few more reps, then we're gonna step it on forward into that nice little lunge position. 3, 2, 1. Let's take it forward. That's it. Find your nice little low lunge. If you were down on the ground, make your way into this position. Then when you're ready, tuck your back toes. Get your torso up nice and tall. Tuck that tailbone under. Let's drive all the way up. Your nice little set of lunges. So driving up and down. Trying to get that back knee to touch the mat. That's it. One more block of work to come after this, and then it is all over. That's it. Beautiful stuff. Little tuck of the tailbone, little pinch between the shoulder blades, just to make sure everything is exactly where it should be. You get your first little set of pulses. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's take it down. Good. Make that pulse count. Want at least 1 inch up and 1 inch down. Really anchoring down through front and both foot. Those hips are square. Your surprise set of lunges, which are not a surprise on the second side, are coming to you in 3, 2, 1. Let's finish it off. That's it. Good little push. We're going to go for about 7 more. 7, 6, 5. That's it, just 4 more. 2, 1. Take it all the way down. Good stuff. Let's set ourselves back up into our supported side angle, or you can come straight into side lying, whichever option you've taken. All I want you to do is think about lifting up that side waist. Shoulder is over the wrists. Press your hips forward so that you're in one really long line, and then just lift and lower that leg. That's it. Good. Belly button pulls in. Go long through the spine and just keep breathing through it. Really long through this leg. Remember, stack the hips. Don't let them roll either way. You've always got an option. You can come down into that low side lying position if you need to. Good job, everybody. I know that this is tough, especially on that supporting leg, but it's nothing you can't handle. 3, 2, 1, hold it up. Sweep it forward and back. Tiny, tiny bit of leg work to come. That's it. You got 5, 4, 3, 2, pain face, 1, sweep it all the way back. Come down. 4, ouch, ouch, ouch. All right, if they're not well and truly switched on, I'm not sure what I could give you to make that any better. All right, let's just move the mat out of the way. We're gonna grab our little towel and just place it underneath our feet. So we're gonna do a nice little set of knee tucks. So just bringing your hands down, you can start off in a nice little 4-point kneel. So hands directly over the wrists. And we're just going to lift and lower the knees, just like this. So that's your level 1 option, just lifting and lowering the knees. Your level 2 is going to lift up, send the feet all the way out, then bring the knees all the way in. Okay, a nice little knee tuck to really work the lower abdominals and a little bit of the legs. Nice little support through the arms. This has been quite heavy on the wrists, I know. Don't worry, we're not here for too long. We got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come all the way in, tuck it in. Let's stand all the way up. Just take your towel underneath one foot, doesn't matter which one because we're going to work into both. Got a nice little set of scooters. So let's long lunge, slide all the way down and just take your shoulders towards that front knee. Shift all the way into that front foot and we're just going to slide the foot forward and back. Good. We've done these ones before. If you've done one of my classes before, it's something that I often put in because it really just works right into the glutes here. Open up through your collarbones. Maybe even place one hand on the belly and one hand on the back. That's just going to make sure you've got a nice long spine. Good. Hips should be nice and square off. Going to hold it back. 3, 2, 1. Hold it back. Good. Can you lift and lower that front heel? The answer is always yes. This is just a nice little finisher. Finish off with a good set of abs at the end. 3, 2, 1. Squeeze all the way up. Let's change to the other foot. Let's place long lunge all the way back. All the weight goes into that front foot. Your hips are nice and square off. Your shoulders are in line with that front knee. Once you've got that, you can slide that foot backward and forward. Finding that nice little pull of the inner thighs as you bring the leg together. That's it. And maybe your hands go on tummy and back for a nice little bit of feedback. And to remind you just to open right up through your collarbones. We don't want to crouch forward, especially after we did all that beautiful back work earlier in the session. That's it. Almost there. We're going to hold it back on the next one. Let's do that. Good. Stay there. Get everything in line. Lift and lower that front heel. Can you bend a little more? Wind right up into that glute. Can you welcome in whatever leg shakes you've got going on? 3, 2, 1. Stand up. Good. We're going to reverse it. This is unfold that towel. Step it all the way back. Place it underneath your feet. We're going to come back down into our tiny little knee tucks just to finish off the abs and the rest of the session. So come into your 4-point kneel. Your options are just lift and lower the knees. Beautiful. Or let's lift and hover the knees up. Tuck the knees in and out. Good. Bring those knees in towards the elbows. That's it. And again, your option, if wrists are giving you any grip, forearms, knees to elbow. Okay? Just the same, it just takes a little bit of edge off the wrists and works a little bit more into your quads rather than your lower abdominals. But whatever's working for you, we just have 15 seconds. Good. Can you increase the pace just a little bit more? Getting a nice little sweater. That's it. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come all the way down. Good. Let's just move that towel out of the way. Unroll your mat and we're going to stretch it all the way up. Really beautiful job, guys. All right. So now that you've done that, let's just tuck one leg in, extend one leg long, reaching forward, stretching through the inner thighs and the hamstrings. So take the next 5 or 10 minutes just to cool down in your own way. Have a good old stretch out. Working anything, I'm really puffed from that last little bit. Working through anything that you feel like needs a little bit more of a stretch or an unwind. Have plenty to drink today. Refuel with all the good stuff, and I'll be checking in with you very, very shortly. I look forward to seeing you on the mat for your next workout.